And welcome back to your daily F1 news. Good morning on the 30th of October, one day to Halloween, and scary for some, including Honda and Alpine, because they have been fined by the FIA over the engine cost cap breach. Yes, for procedural breaches, unlike the Red Bull one in 2022. Honda is going to have to pay $600,000 for inaccurate cost reporting, while Alpine will pay $400,000 for delays in sending documents. The FIA noted both have acted in good faith, like Red Bull did, without gaining competitive advantage, and allowing for settlement via an accepted breach agreement, which is very similar to what Red Bull did. Both manufacturers complied with the overall budget limit, which Red Bull didn't do, in case you're getting confused, despite these procedural errors. So naughty, both Alpine and Red Bull. But as I said, they both agreed deals. Now, Carlos Sainz, Ferrari talking more about winning the title in 2024. Yeah. So Sainz said, yep, I think we both believe it is possible. And I believe they're talking about the constructors. But he said, we are actually talking about it more often now. We pump each other up a bit, knowing that there's a chance. And we're all like, yeah, come on. You know we have a good relationship. And I think we both know there is a chance. And we both know we are in a good moment in our driving. Toto Wolff up next, though. And then Wolff has been left experiencing what he's described as deja vu. And this is in relation to the Verstappen incidents. The Mercedes boss said, I'm experiencing deja vu. Only in this case, it's not about us, but it is about Norris. Although the animosity between Norris and Verstappen is not as great as it was between Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen in 2021. I think it was a good decision by the stewards. A 20-second penalty is the right precedent to make sure it doesn't happen again in the future. Now, George Russell says his collapsed front wing made it tricky to hold on, and I think he did an amazing job. But Russell said the pace looked pretty strong in the first stint. He was faster than Lewis, and he said, but when I came out of the pits behind Piastri, I pulled out down that straight and my front left flap just completely collapsed. I hit this bump, so that probably cost me a good 3 or 4 tenths for the remainder of the race. So that was tricky to hold on for 40 laps. P5, I probably would have taken that after Friday. So that's not too bad. And speaking of, Fridays, how can I link Colapinto into it? I really can't. But Colapinto questions the consequence-based penalty for the consequence-based penalty for Lawson Clash. He said, I don't fully agree. I think it's something similar to what happened to Lando and Max in Austin. It's one of those when the driver that is inside pushes you off the track. I was, I think, slightly ahead of the apex and braked at the last moment and ran wide, pushing me off. He then broke his front wing alone. Yeah, look out for Lawson stuff here. Lance Stroll, it is his birthday today on the 29th of October, so happy birthday. The Ayrton Senna Netflix trailer is out. We have done a review on it. And it's coming out on the 29th of November. And the Ferrari boss also highlights what was a very clever Carlos Sainz on his way to the Mexican Grand Prix victory. Vassar said, I think that was a very clever from Carlos. It was already the same as last week, I think, with George Russell. Is that when you're in a fight and you are overtaking someone, you're mature, you give back the position, and 2 times you are able to come back lap after lap and do the move again. I think he was very self-confident. I think that he gave up position because I think he was convinced he'll be able to do what he's done, which Carlos Sainz very much did. Now, the focus on the Verstappen and Norris controversies are what Ferrari boss described as a perfect situation. Vassar said, as long as you are all focused on Norris and McLaren, this is perfect for us. I think it's important for us to have no distractions. We are clear, we are focused on what we are doing on the car, on the management of the team. And he said, we can take race after race and not think about the global future. It's paying off. And that's pretty much all your main news as we leave the Mexican Grand Prix weekend and come into the Brazilian Grand Prix weekend. So subscribe if you can, so you don't miss an episode, you don't miss any news, and no doubt we will speak to you soon. Thank you very much.